Burnt ones, what up? This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. Vibrating to my right, you know him from Netflix, from his amazing stand-up special, Move Closer. It's Philadelphia's own Chip Chantry.
And over here to my left is Emmy award-winning writer, producer. He puts the chief in Belgium, is the chief exporter of frozen horse meat, Mr. Thomas O'Brien.
It doesn't work when you export the hot stuff, Chip.
You got to freeze that horse meat.
You got to freeze it if you want to get it across state lines or country lines.
Country lines. They export to a variety of places, according to the internet. And they are if you want frozen horse meat, Belgium is the way to go, apparently. I don't want any. I don't specifically want any. I think that's a little, I don't know. I don't want to eat a horse.
I do think your time spent on Meatopedia, where you found out the information about the frozen horse meat, would indicate you've at least been thinking about it.
That is true. I do have a meat Google alert.
And you constantly are talking about, I want to eat the fastest food.
Yes. Literally, if I can get my hand on some cheetah steaks.
Ooh, cheetah steaks.
I do eat some meat. I've actually scaled back over the years. I don't want to say I'm vegetarian by any stretch, but like I've definitely cut back. I eat very little red meat or pork. My wife is basically a pescatarian. She doesn't eat any meat. I occasionally have, I eat chicken and I occasionally have some other things, but I try to curb it. But man, if somebody was like, hey, there's a place that opened down the street, we have some cheetah burgers.
Yeah.
I try a cheetah burger. That's all I would say.
That's the fastest food on the planet, according to the good book.
I think the restaurant would just be called Spots with a Z, right? Spots. Cheetahs have spots, right? Not stripes.
Yeah, cheetahs definitely have spots.
That's what probably makes it so delicious is the spots.
You like your food to be spotted. I think that goes without saying.
Yeah, there's spotted dick, I believe, is a food. And the only reason I know that,
King Ralph?
I've looked it up a number of times, but it's called spotted dick. It might be a dessert. Do you know about this?
I think it's a sausage.
Is it a sausage? That's what it is? Okay.
I don't know. Do you remember that, there was a movie called King Ralph?
Yeah. That's the reason
John
I know
Goodman.
is because of King Ralph. And of course it was just a big joke because it's like 1990 or whatever. And it's like, do you want some spotted dick? And that was the big joke of the John Goodman vehicle, King Ralph. There's really only two things I remember from that movie is the very beginning when do you remember how the entire royal family dies?
No.
They all come together, I guess, like basically maybe at what's Buckingham Palace or whatever, like some big lawn, and they're getting a professional photo done of 50 people in the royal family.
Yeah.
And they're all there smiling and it rains and they all run off because there's a quick rainstorm, but then they all come back. But then of course, because it rains, there were some puddles and the photographer takes the photo, zaps them all. So they all die. And then King Ralph, John Goodman I feel like he's like a Vegas lounge singer or something like that. And he has ties to the royal family. He becomes the King of England.
Well, we've been talking about taking on a new writing project together.
Yeah.
What about you and me taking a crack at King Ralph 2?
Yeah, the reboot. I think it's time for that because it wasn't a great movie. Love John Goodman. John Goodman, one of my favorite actors.
Not really bad in anything.
Never bad in anything. He was great in this movie. I still am angry that he did not get an Oscar nomination for The Big Lebowski. I mean, one of the greatest characters of all time, Walter Sobchak. But I think it's ripe for because it's not. I hate when they remake great movies. There's no reason.
Yeah.
Remake a kind of crappy movie
that nobody wants. Yeah, that's that's the way to go.
Remake it or the sequel. Maybe the sequel.
Let's get Ralph back in there, dude.
Okay. Is there? I'm trying to think right now. Can you think of a sequel that's better than the original?
I think Terminator 2 is pretty.
That's a pretty good one.
Pretty renowned.
If anybody's watching along live or just you're listening, just drop it in the comments. What's a sequel that's better than the original?
I think I liked Avatar 2 better than Avatar 1.
Never saw an Avatar.
I think it's mostly because the second one delves into a lot of beautiful island imagery, Chip.
Oh, Tommy, there it is.
Which is something we do here on the Sunburnt podcast. Yep. We evoke beautiful tropical images, which we will be doing today when we discuss alternative means of getting to Hawaii. It's not a given that your plane ticket's going to get you this year. Not this Thanksgiving.
Nope.
Not at least at the time we're recording this.
But this is why you're listening, because we have the vital information that you, the viewer, the traveler, needs.
Stay tuned till the end. The most important piece of information is the very last thing we'll say.
It will keep your children safe. It may save your life. Like now we're just doing like the 11 o'clock news teasers right now.
Is your popcorn going to kill your family?
Yeah.
We'll let you know at 11.
Do you have Sunny D in the fridge?
Then you might have your Sunny in the morgue. Watch.
Do you have Spotted D in the fridge?
Then you might have a Ralph in the Monarchy.
I can't believe we both pulled like Spotted Dick, and that's the only reason we know is both because it's from. I thought I was gonna have to explain King Ralph to you.
No, you did tell me the whole plot, but you did not have to tell me where Spotted Dick was from.
No.
After that, we're getting into the good book. We've got some juicy Guinness Book of World Record facts we're talking about. We are talking about vacation rules. We are taking a vacation very soon. We're going to talk about that on the other side of the opening here. And we're talking about the man, Mr. Jimmy Buffett. We've got some more Buffett facts. This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. If you think those two things should go together, stay tuned.
It may just save your family.
Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I'm sitting here watching the sunset from my balcony, and I noticed that...
Mr. Chantry, 308 doesn't have a balcony.
Oh, it does now. You won't believe what I can do with an ironing board and some duct tape.
Mr. Chantry, do you need me to call the fire department again?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Chip!
Tom. Yes.
It is episode 39 of the Sunburnt podcast, if you can believe it.
Just like the kids are saying. 3-9.
3-9.
3-9.
And we're sitting at 13 days, which ironically is if you add 6 and 7 together. 13 days.
Yes, it is.
We are 13 days away from Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise. I truly can't believe it. This is blowing my mind, buddy.
Yeah, just little a week. In I guess 8 days from now, we'll be flying out. Or I'll be flying to L.A., spending the weekend in Los Angeles, and then heading to Hawaii. Yeah. By the way, I just want to say this because I am somebody who can get very down on myself, as a lot of comedians do. You know how this is, Thomas. You get self-conscious. You get down on yourself. You and I co-produced my special last year, Move Closer by Chip Chantry. And when you're done, I've mentioned this before, but when you're done a special, you kind of start from scratch, and it's tough. And then like, those first couple of months where you're just, at least for me, is like feeling out like, all right, I don't have these crutches of these jokes I've had for the last 2 or 3 years that I can, so it's like, it's an uphill battle. I had a couple of shows this week where it's just like, I'm so excited to do this material. It's like, it's really, this new hour is just like coming together. If you come to the Blue Note on the 26th, it's the night before Thanksgiving in Honolulu. I have an hour now that is, it's just a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it now. So it's just like I feel like I'm in that zone. So very excited about it for the not for the first time, but like it's just like I'm in this phase now where it's like, all right, it's finally all coming together, and couldn't have happened at a better time.
Oh man, I love it when you peak right before the big deal, right before the race, right before the Super Bowl of comedy. That's what people are calling this, right?
Yes.
The Super Bowl of comedy. And I want to point out that it wasn't just like hard for you. You were starting over. You had to write a lot of jokes. I've been sitting here having to just hope that it comes together. And I hope so hard, Chip.
Yes, you're in mission control. I'm up there about to orbit the moon.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, I guess I'm just going to sit here with my skinny tie and my dumb shirt with short sleeves
and my flat top haircut you can set your watch to. I provided a lot of thoughts and prayers to this whole shebang,
and you've provided a lot more too. You have done the bulk, the yeoman's work, if you will, of this podcast, of putting it all together, producing, editing, things that I can't. I just show up. I just put on a flowered shirt on every once in a while and talk to you.
Well, we all know what gets the ratings, and I think it's that pretty face surrounded by florals. But dude, I am freaking fired up. We're gonna do the show, but then we're gonna have like a week in Hawaii, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome. We were even texting way too late last night.
Yes.
For the night before we're doing the podcast about some things we're gonna do with the fam, some places we want to see, loose scheduling for the week's events. Like it's game time.
Yeah.
It is game time, and I'm so excited. And to the point where we're on this journey together. We've been doing the podcast for 39 episodes. We're gonna squeeze in one more before we head out to Hawaii next week.
We'll have a nice round 40 episodes.
We'll have 40, and from episode 1, we knew we were going to be doing this show at the Blue Note. That's 40 weeks of looking forward to it. And then, it's 13 days till the show. We're heading out there a little early. And this thing we've been looking forward to for 40 weeks, obsessing about, thinking about, talking about, while we've been putting together the show, figuring out what this podcast is all about. We've been looking forward to this one event, and it is right around the corner. And we're even taking the same flight from Los Angeles to Hawaii. So it starts then. Our metaphorical journey has been going for a long time, but that physical journey is starting in a little over a week. And in addition to being probably my favorite thing I get to do every year, spending Thanksgiving in Hawaii, doing it with a buddy, putting something we love so much, comedy show in the mix. This is going to be an all-timer, man. I'm freaking fired up.
I'm psyched, and it's just like I have this nervousness, this anxiety about just anytime I'm going to a new place, especially for work. But like it's all coming clear. You sent a bunch of the places we want to go, things we want to do, and it's just becoming so much more real. So it's like I can't wait.
Go revisit that first episode of the Brady's in Hawaii, dude.
I think I'm going to.
You're gonna see exactly what we're getting into.
By the way, during our little break when we did the cold open, or it's not a cold open, it's the open. I looked up spotted dick. It is a pudding, which is...
Is this what you were doing when you said, hold on?
Yes, I needed to know, Thomas. I needed to know what spotted dick was. It is a pudding, which I think is a general term for desserts in England across that other pond, the Atlantic. And it's basically like kind of like I'm going to get this wrong, but basically gelatinous kind of thing using suet, which is kind of like, I guess, like animal fat or whatever. And then there are dried fruit in it, like spots, like almost like a Jello mold kind of situation where they put fruit in it. And those are the spots. It might be raisins, currant, there's other little fruits in there. And that's what, as I say, that's what spots the dick.
Well, it's good to know. I mean, you want to know what those spots are, Chip. It's always important to know.
Yeah, it would save me a few trips to the doctor.
You can say that again.
Those teledocs do not like those Zoom meetings. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, I'm sure there's one or two that it's their favorite kind of meeting.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, what'd you get into this weekend? Anything? I know you did a couple of shows. Get anything else?
Yeah, we were actually supposed to go up for a 6-year-old's birthday party, my nephew's birthday party, but then it got rescheduled for some reason. So we kind of had last minute kind of day off. So we just it was a gorgeous day in Philly. So we just we went out, had a little brunch. Here's the thing. I don't want to say that. We did not have brunch. We had breakfast, which is good. I'm not a brunch person necessarily, Thomas. Maybe on vacation, but I'm a breakfast person. Getting up early, beating the crowds.
Yeah.
Getting in. We started our Saturday at a diner for breakfast.
Love it.
We ended up the day at a second different diner for dinner. I mean, it's the perfect day. And then in the middle, we took our dog down to the Philadelphia Navy Yard, which is literally right down Broad Street from where we live, Thomas, 5-minute drive. And it's basically at the southern tip of Philadelphia, the spotted dick of Philadelphia, if you will. And it's still owned partially by the U.S. Navy, and there's like all these like ships there that you can walk past and see. Like, it's really cool. And then it's also like, are you familiar with Urban Outfitters? Is that a thing on the West Coast?
Yeah.
Urban Outfitters. It's like, I think it's their national headquarters, or it's at least a headquarters is in this campus, the Navy Yard, and it basically feels like a college campus, and it's on the water. It's on the Delaware.
Yeah.
And we just took Franklin down for a walk, and it was like we were talking a lot about Hawaii when we were there. It was like a little vacation staycation. And then I had then I was stuck indoors. Luckily, it was rainy all day Sunday. I was stuck indoors. I taught my stand-up class in the morning and then stayed at the club to do the graduation show for the stand-up class and had a great time. Again, I got to do a set and to close out the show and had so much fun with my material. And it was great. How about you?
Great week. I didn't have as much fun with my material.
Well.
But I had a lot of fun. Went and saw the new Predator with some buddies.
Yeah.
Dude, it's such a fun time at the movie theater, Chip.
Oh, of course.
And talking about, it's not quite a sequel. It's many iterations beyond that. Mm-hmm. But this one flips the script, and you're not, like, running from an alien. You are one of the aliens.
Oh.
And you follow his hero's journey as he, like, becomes who he wants to be among his alien people.
Talk about, like, remaking King Ralph.
I know.
Predator, that movie from, what I want to call it, 1986, something like, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then turning it into Shakespeare. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what we need to do. It's like
King Ralph 2.
Yeah.
From the perspective of the spotted dick.
I think that's what it is.
Yes. That's what it is.
And it's kind of like the Predator. You can kind of see through it. It's scary looking.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the play. I mean, if somebody could in the comments, if you could mail this episode to yourself, so we have the official copyright of King Ralph 2 from the perspective of Spotted Dick, I think that'd be great.
Yes.
By the way, I saw a movie, a neon picture, I believe, Presence from, I think, maybe like 2023, 2024.
Yep.
I watched that this week. Great, weird horror movie that is, I think you can give it away. Basically, it's like, it's the conceit of the movie. It's like, it's from basically what you assume is the ghost perspective in this house. Like, there's a ghost in the house. This family moves in, and then you are sort of this voyeur watching all of these things unfold as, like, maybe you're the ghost. So it was kind of great movie.
Unbelievable, dude. Well, that was Saturday night, and then Sunday night, my wife and I went out, did a little date night, went to Mother Wolf, this really, really top-notch Italian restaurant in Hollywood, and then saw Moulin Rouge on the Pantages stage, which is kind of like our big theater in town.
I was just listening to a podcast where they were talking about going to see Hadestown at the Pantages. Wait, so Moulin Rouge, is that like a musical? Is that like a live, not like the movie?
Broadway version of the movie.
How was it?
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Some really amazing performances, but it's just fun to be at the theater, dude. You forget there just are a lot of people who are interested in the arts.
Yeah.
It's like really inspiring to me always just to see people show up for folks who came together, rehearsed a thing, and are showing it as a collective, as a group to a bunch of people. Like, it just fires me up, man.
I think I mentioned this last week, but did I tell you that Kim and I are, for the first time ever, we're going to the opera this coming year?
Oh, really?
Did I tell you about that?
I mean, I know you played the Opera House earlier this year.
Yes, and I played the Met for Sarah Silverman, and it was, wow, that was almost a year ago. I can't believe that. It's crazy. Time flies, Thomas, when you're going.
It really does.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
But the we went to see, I think I told you, we went to see a silent movie last week. We went to see the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and it was brought to you by the Philadelphia Opera. And they do this deal now where the Philadelphia Opera sells tickets. See, this is the way to do it. Because like, why would I go to the opera? I'm not a cultured gentleman with a monocle.
Yeah.
I don't know about the opera. I don't dislike the opera. I'm not in that world. Instead of selling opera tickets for $500 like you would to go see Sabrina Carpenter, whoever, they sell tickets. It's $11 or what you want to pay. Philadelphia Opera Company was apparently the only opera company in the country last year that sold out every performance because they made it accessible to the masses.
Yeah.
And so now Kim and I are going. She bought tickets. We're like, let's go to one. It's $22 total. And then she was like, oh, there's another one that looks kind of interesting. So twice early next year, we're going to see the opera. And we're going to be those really, I don't want to say I'm better than you, Thomas, but by next year, I'm going to be a lot better than you.
You've been trending that way for a long time. And thanks for clearing that up. Because when you said I'm seeing these silent movies, I'm going to the opera, I thought Chipper came into a lot of cash.
Yeah,
I thought there was a big income disparity between us all of a sudden, that you were doing all these fancy pants things.
No, this is the movie. The silent movie was free.
Yeah.
And we're going to two $11 operas. So that's $44 total for all of those events that I just talked about.
Yeah. So it's like a blue starched collar event.
Yes. That's exactly what kind of collar it is. It is a fancy, fancy collar of blue.
I like it, dude.
Speaking of fancy, fancy collars, should we...
We got to jump into it. This is so timely. Have we ever done anything more timely, Chip?
I mean, we did do 5 minutes on King Ralph just earlier in the episode.
We did do a 3-episode arc on a television show from the 70s.
Yes.
Earlier in the run. So, yeah, I think cutting edge isn't always where we spend most of our time. It's not where we get our mail, but we find ourselves here today because there is some trouble in travel land, and we are traveling very soon.
Yes.
A lot of the flights have been throttled back due to the ongoing government shutdown, and I say this is timely, knowing that we record a couple days before we release this thing, and this may not be an issue by the time this comes out.
Even if the shutdown is over by the time, because now there's, by the time we're recording this, full disclosure, if we pull the curtain back, there is now rumblings that this shutdown might be over soon. We don't know. But they did say that even if it does shut down, it's like there's going to be the ripple effect where it is going to take a little time to get things totally up and back up and running.
So right now we've got flights booked. We're getting out to Hawaii, but about 10% of flights, it seems, from the airports that we will be using are getting called.
Yep.
They're getting canceled. It's kind of on short notice. You find out your flight's just not there. So we've gone through, and when I say we, this was Chip, has gone through and found alternate routes to get yourself to Hawaii, to get yourself to Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise, November 26th, the Blue Note Hawaii in Waikiki. If you find yourself in a situation where your flight gets canceled and you're like, I got to get to the show. What do I do? I've got to get to the island to celebrate Turkey Day. We've got the hottest alternatives on the books. And Chip, take it away, man. Let us know what you do if you find yourself in a situation where that plane ticket is better used as toilet paper.
So I went on this website. It's called Chatgupt.
Chatgupt?
Yeah, have you heard of it? It's like a travel site.
No. I do. I spend most of my time on the internet where you were earlier this week on Meetopedia.
Oh, okay.
Meetopedia.
Okay, so this is a site. It's a newer site. It's called Chatgupt, and basically you can ask it questions. You can talk to it. It gives you. It almost has like this intelligence that is artificial.
Wow. Okay.
So it's www.chatgpt. Okay.
I'll have to look it up.
Chatgupt.
All right. Yeah, I'll take your word for it, man. It sounds smart.
Right. So I asked Chatgupt, if money were no object, can't take a commercial jet plane from California to Hawaii. Okay. How do we get across that stretch of an ocean, over 2,000 miles?
Let's do it, because money is not an object.
No.
I don't even know if it's real.
We're obviously rich podcasters. I told you how well I'm doing. I'm going to the opera twice in 2026. I can afford any of this.
2026. Holy cow.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's big time. All right, so
you can't get on that private American Airlines whatever, okay? Or that
commercial.
The commercial. We're, first of all, right over the plate. You book a private jet, charter a jet,
a PJ,
meet the PJs. It's gonna take you about the same amount of time. It's gonna take you 5 to 6 hours.
I like that. I like that.
It's gonna cost anywhere from about, according to this, anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000. $60,000, $120,000, and you can charter a private jet to Hawaii from California. So, hey, let's say you really wanted to see my show.
Yeah.
Everything's closed down. You're like, I want to spend over $60,000 just to get there.
Yeah.
I will tell you. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. I don't like to make offers. I don't want to make us lose money, but I will say this, Thomas. If anyone here takes a private jet to Honolulu from the mainland, shows me your receipt, because I'm sure they give you a receipt. You gotta get a receipt.
Oh, you gotta get a receipt.
$5 off ticket to Chip Chantry's Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise. Okay,
now that's a deal.
So that's private jet, charter private jet, $60,000.
$60,000. So that's on the low end.
Yes.
Do you have any idea about like how many people? Because that's for the whole jet.
I guess that's for the whole shebang. Yeah,
it's for the whole shebang. So when you get a PJ, it comes with a certain amount of seats, a certain amount of luggage.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I've always been fascinated by the idea of renting a private jet to do something, just to find a method where it would like kind of equal enough people buying commercial tickets.
This is where you and I are in different leagues, because you were thinking, how could I charter a private jet and make it sort of worthwhile, cost everybody a couple $1,000s. My friends and I a couple of times tried to figure out how much it would cost to rent a catering bus to tailgate at the Eagles game in South Philly, where it would cost us each like $40.
Yeah.
Same but different.
It is. But I think it's a similar mentality for sure.
If you want to go a little fancier.
A little fancier than a private jet.
And you have the time, okay? I'm talking $100,000 up to $500,000.
Wow.
So if you got $100,000 to $500,000 and you have a little more time to spend, you have a couple of days to get there.
Yeah.
3 words: luxury motor yacht.
Yeah.
So you basically get your own yacht, your own super yacht, a motorized yacht.
Okay.
A Jeff Bezos kind of situation.
Holy cow, dude.
It would cost you about $100,000 to $500,000.
Okay.
Take you a couple of days, several days to get from there, but you're doing it in style. You're basically on your own private love boat.
Your own cruise, dude.
Yeah, I mean, kind of great. Now, if you want to go a little less expensive, this is actually probably one of the cheaper end of it, okay? You're going to need a little more time. Anywhere from as low as $2,000. That's not much more than a commercial plane ticket, if you think about it.
It's really not.
$2,000 up to $20,000, so there's a range. And you have anywhere from 10 days to maybe like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Private sailing yacht. So not the motorized yacht, but like a sailing yacht. Okay.
And does that count with somebody who knows how to sail?
I believe so. You would hope, right?
That's interesting, Chip.
And that's almost along the lines of our boy Oliver Widger. Remember Oliver, the sailing with Phoenix guy, the guy who went from Oregon down to there? That's basically what he did. So there's a way to do it, and he's going to be continuing his journey soon, I think. This next one might be my favorite. If I had to choose, on the cheaper end again, about $7,000.
Okay.
One way. Cargo ship passenger.
You can get on a cargo ship as a passenger?
I don't know how above board it is. Literally, it could be below board. Yeah. But I guess you can pay. Like, obviously, the workers, they have bunks.
Yeah.
So maybe you just want to, kind of join them. There's not going to be much entertainment, but like you could just, I would assume, like sort of like sit or stand wistfully along the railing and just watch the ocean pass you by.
It's $7,000?
Apparently. Yeah.
That sounds like some real black market stuff.
That's why I like it.
That's pirate stuff. It's like nobody pays $7,000 to sit in a cargo hold unless they want it.
Right.
They can't be on a manifest, dude.
I would hope that you would have like free reign of the boat, like where you can walk around. Maybe not everywhere, but like there are places you can go to sit, like on the deck, to the mess hall, obviously for your meals or whatever.
I mean, you're describing a prison.
Basically, yeah. It is a floating prison for $7,000.
It's a floating prison that's harder to escape from. And I do think, I don't know how big of an issue this is in Hawaii, but I do know in Oregon, if you are on the run, you get to Hawaii because Hawaii doesn't extradite to Oregon, or at least they didn't when I was growing up.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, so if you can get in one of these ships, get there undetected, show up in the island, now you're getting a tan, now you're eating pineapples, now you're hanging out on the beach, which a lot of people prefer to jail.
Most people do. I wouldn't say everybody, but I would say a good number of people.
A good chunk of people that flee to Hawaii to escape imprisonment do, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could get on there, and that's Did you ever watch the reboot of Hawaii Five-0?
Never did.
Okay, so I think you might want to.
Okay.
After you see what the place is like, it's a lot more adventurous than you're gonna see in Honolulu, hopefully.
Yeah.
But you just get a taste of everything, and it's so over the top. The criminal situations they find themselves in.
Of course.
And I feel like this could be straight out of one of those plots. Somebody books passage on a cargo ship, lives in one of those little containers for a month next to a whole bunch of Fiats, and gets off there at Honolulu Harbor and rolls right into their brand new life in the underground. They just got a gunny sack
and some dreams. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not riding the rails. It is riding the sails.
Yeah. Imagine showing up to Hawaii with a bindle over your shoulder. I mean,
it's all you need.
It's the way you do it.
A couple of Hawaiians, some flip-flops,
a
stick of deodorant.
Yep.
And let's not forget it. Holy cow. You probably want some of this in your bindle, Chip.
Yeah,
You probably want some of this in your bindle.
We got to get this going. A little bit of
late in the game
that's
slather.
Sunblock, but I'll take it. I love it.
A part of the reason this is coming late is I needed a little help getting going this morning. And I just popped a couple of, I didn't put any on, but I sniffed it. I did a couple of, juice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would sunscreen would be in my bindle. That's what I'm saying. But okay, the cargo, this is breaking ground, Chip. I never even thought about that.
Right. And there's also something romantic about it, too. I think I don't think it was necessary. I forget. I think they called it a steamer ship, which I should look that up. I'll look it up. I did spot a dick after this. But do you remember the beginning of one of my favorite movies, The Royal Tenenbaums? Richie Tenenbaum, played by Luke Wilson, was just sort of adrift on that ship, and he was sort of like by himself. And it was like, that seems kind of great. Like, sure, there's no water slides and there's no limbo contests, but there is just something that just seems, beautiful about that. So yeah,
I was talking with somebody about this weekend. As a grown up, there's just one day where you get to the point where you're like, it might make sense for me to own a ship.
Yeah.
To own a boat, to have that freedom, to be able to head out into the ocean. Jimmy Buffett felt that call.
So did Truman from the Truman Show. See where they got him.
I think it's a universal feeling, dude. Just one day you think, I should be completely in control of something. And maybe, if it's not going to be my life, maybe it can be a seafaring vessel.
I'm right there with you. Speaking of seafaring.
Yeah.
This next one's a little crazy.
Okay.
If you have a number of days to spare and $500,000 to $1 million, as I put my pinky to my mouth.
Holy cow.
Private submarine.
A private sub. That makes sense.
Let's go under the water. Come on, right?
I could not imagine what would cost $1 million one way. That almost seems like a steal.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Although I don't think I'm too claustrophobic, I think, for a submarine.
Oh, I wouldn't. There's no way you're locking me in that tube.
No.
For a whole trip to Hawaii. That would be terrifying.
Yeah. I know a guy who went into the Navy. He actually played football for the Navy, like in college, and then was in the Navy and was on a submarine. Actually, and I even saw pictures like he was at the North Pole, which is like really cool. But at one point, he like basically like had this like, I forget exactly what it was, like horrible like ear infection or whatever, and they just said it was it's just whatever. But like with that plus the pressure, like the air pressure that goes in, he's like partially deaf now because like his ears got so messed up from that. It's like, I give me the cargo ship. I'll take the cargo ship. No offense.
Yeah.
I'd rather drop $7,000, sit on a cargo ship for 2 weeks rather than getting on that submarine. You know?
Unbelievable. Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. But it does, from what I know about submarine travel, 1 million sounds about right in the sweet spot. It's like if you're going on Google Subs,
yes,
Google Sub Trips,
Substack, yeah.
when you see that $1 million one way to Hawaii, it's gonna say fares are lower than usual.
Yes, so low it's under the water. I want to go the opposite direction right now, Thomas.
Okay, let's go.
Again, if you have $500,000 up to $5 million,
perfect.
Now we're really getting into it.
Yeah,
but you only want to spend less than an hour getting from California to Hawaii.
Yeah.
The old SSF, the suborbital space flight.
Oh, okay.
You want to take one of those like 11-minute, Jeff Bezos, William Shatner kind of Katy Perry kind of situations, where then it just, I guess, just drops you off.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, so it shoots you up, flies a little bit for about an hour. You're floating a little bit, and then it just drops you down.
That's how that works?
I guess. I mean, look, I did minimal research on this.
Yeah, no, I get it, but that's inspiring. I didn't think of the implications of getting outside of the atmosphere.
Right. It says suborbital, so like obviously you're not up in orbit, but like
you're not in orbit, but you're outside of the atmosphere. Orbit's a gravitational pull thing. It means that you're circling around it. I think you're in a very reduced to almost no atmosphere before you're in orbit.
It has to be something. Yeah, it has to be at least partially reduced.
So you get outside of that, and then you can just motor. You can go like, that would have to be like, I think a normal flight is 600 miles an hour, 500 miles an hour, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's a 5 to 6 hour flight. So on the low end, that's 3,500 miles. And you can cover that in a little over an hour.
It says a little under an hour, actually.
A little under an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is interesting.
And you would be just like Katy Perry, who went up in space, like a firework, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody would hate you when you landed.
Of course.
For some reason.
Oh,
and I think that's true. I also did some quick head math. So this might be off. But on the higher end of this suborbital flight, you could roughly go to the Philadelphia Opera 500,000 times.
You could. Absolutely.
For the same cost.
And I think you would get a bunch of pairs of those little binoculars, too, to come along with it. So
yeah.
I'll let you decide which one's the better deal.
I like the hour flight to Hawaii, though. That would be a game changer.
Now, this next one's fun.
All right.
Middle ground of what we're talking price rise, 200 to 500,000.
Okay.
An amphibious seaplane.
Oh.
So I guess like one of those planes that can like land on the ocean. And I'm assuming you would have to refuel at certain spots. Because I did see something about like a plane, when money's no object, like a plane getting refueled mid-flight, or like maybe there would be some sort of ship or something like that would somehow, I would assume, I don't know the technical implications, but yeah, okay, but this next one time, so amphibious seaplane, you drop down, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It'd say it would take a number of hours. Okay.
Yeah.
This next one of my favorites.
Okay.
If you got $1 million to $5 million,
all right,
and you have a number of days to spare,
okay,
we sort of looped all these together: airship, balloon, Zeppelin. So hot air balloon, blimp, Zeppelin, going in style as long as you don't Hindenburg it.
Yeah.
Spend $1 million or $2 million and hop aboard a blimp to go across the ocean. That's old school and awesome.
I like the branding opportunities, Chip.
Right? Yeah. Good year. I mean, could you imagine coming in a blimp? Hey, everybody, check out Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise this Wednesday. Yeah. Man.
CC Tip, November 26th.
That's it right there. CC Tip, baby.
That might be the thumbnail.
Yes.
Just the big blimp behind us.
CC Tip brought to you by Spotted Dick.
Just the CC Tip.
Yeah.
I believe the boy band mogul that started like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, Lou Pearlman.
Yeah.
I believe he was in the blimp game.
I mean,
part of his fortune that allowed him to launch these boy band careers and the businesses around him came from blimp money.
And from all accounts, seemed like a great guy. by the way.
Seemed like a real salt of the earth
Real
guy.
Sharp shooter, straight shooter. Just seems like a really good gentleman. So, I mean, if you're getting the blimp game, you gotta have some integrity.
Because of the speed, because it's a little slower, that's got to be the smoothest ride in the skies.
Yeah, it does.
That's good.
Now, okay, I did my own research, or I came up with a couple other ways on my own.
We always encourage this on the podcast. Do your own research.
Do it.
If it matters to you, do a little research.
This next one.
Yeah.
This one could cost you potentially $0.
Okay.
It might cost you a little bit more. Okay. Stowaway on a freight ship.
Right.
Or a cruise ship, I guess. No cruises going out to Hawaii, though. I don't think that's really a thing because I think it just takes too long. It's not like, right? It's not like a Hawaiian cruise. Is that something that happens?
I don't know. I mean, there's definitely Hawaiian cruises, but I think you might fly there
to Hawaii and then you sort of cruise around that. I feel like that's a shorter distance kind of situation. But I think being a stowaway, like riding the rails of the waves, I think that's a way to do it. So that's one way. Cost you potentially $0. Maybe it costs you $50 to slip to the guy to let you on, or whatever. There could be. Some glad handing there.
Get that access.
This next one will cost a decent amount of money. But if you can't get to Hawaii, okay, build a soundstage of Hawaii, just like the moon landing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We all know that the moon landing was faked.
Yeah.
It was done on a soundstage.
Kubrick.
So just instead of the moon, just build sets of Hawaii, not unlike the luau scene at the end of the Brady Bunch.
Yep.
And then it's like you're there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly where my head went. Was the last episode of the 3-arc trilogy, the Brady Bunches in Hawaii. It seemed pretty clear to us. We were speculating, but the last luau scene and all of the scenes with Vincent Price were probably shot on a soundstage right here in the good old state of California.
Yes. And finally, Thomas.
Okay.
The last one. I think this is very creative. I think as soon as I start this, I know you know where I'm going with this.
All right.
Are you familiar with the movie Up?
Yes.
Okay. The Pixar, or whatever it is, the animated movie Up. I think we all know where I'm going with this. Here's what you do. You take 200 crates of Blu-ray copies of the movie Up. You tie them together and make a raft.
Yeah.
And sail on out to yourself.
It's counterintuitive because part of it you think is not going to be eco-friendly. All of those microplastics.
Yes.
But what you're really doing is recycling.
It's a win-win-win.
You've got yourself an up yacht.
You are upcycling. You are literally upcycling.
But just like from in the movie, you got to let your wife die first.
There's going to be sacrifices, Thomas. There are going to be sacrifices, but if you really got to get to Hawaii, you got to get to Hawaii.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
It's true. Well, Chip, that was fantastic. What an education. So you guys aren't high and dry. If you find yourself with a ticket that's worthless, pick one of these options that fits kind of your budget and your time frame. And you did a great job at letting those all hang out. And just do it. We're not about excuses. We're about execution. And I think this is just a masterclass in how to do that.
And again, this is not just an educational or an entertaining podcast. This is an educational podcast. We have given real, hard facts, information that, again, you may need to survive.
I'm just so fired up that we're going to Hawaii so soon.
You know what I'm fired up about right now, Thomas?
You let me know.
I am fired up about cracking open the good book.
The good book.
The good book, the annals that we have on our desks, Thomas and I, the most important book out there, the Guinness Book of World Records. Every week we do it. We each look for some human or worldly achievements that have set people and places and animals apart from others, that make them the best, the greatest, the fastest, the strongest. The Guinness Book of World Records. Thomas, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. My record this week is so close to my heart. And I'll tell you right now, shout out Pickle Boys. This is the record for the longest pickleball rally of all time, Chip.
Okay, I love because I played tennis all through college.
Yeah.
Just a long rally is, I think it's one of the greatest achievements in sports. Like running the 100 yards for a touchdown, or Roger Bannister breaking the 4-minute mile, but like just the physical and mental and emotional toll that a long rally takes on you in a tennis match. I'm sure a pickleball match too.
Oh yeah.
It just goes on forever. And it is a test of endurance. It is a test of agility, and it is a test of grit and determination.
And I think just such a mental sharpness.
Yes.
An iron will.
Yes.
To stay focused, to set this kind of record.
Mm-hmm.
It was set October 10th, 2021 by twin brothers, Angelo and Ettore Rossetti.
Oh, nice.
I think you need that kind of connection, the twin thing, to have this type of rally, Chip.
It's like in Arrested Development when George Bluth and Oscar Bluth, the twin brothers, would fight each other. They knew each other's blocks and moves, and their physical fights would last forever.
That's exactly what we're talking about. And I'm going to kind of throw you out there to the wolves.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to guess, how many consecutive shots do you think they made back to back to back?
So it's got to be a lot, like 100.
No. Let me rephrase this. Let me give you the duration of how long this one single rally lasted.
Okay.
6 hours and 11 minutes, Chip.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
That is okay. That's something special. That's like my surfer from last week. Like the guy who surfed for that one wave for 8 hours on that river.
Yeah, except these guys, I mean, you got to keep that rally going. You can't be eating top ramen or whatever he was doing.
No.
You've got to be in this to win this with your twin brother.
How many hits in 6+ hours?
16,046 consecutive shots.
Wow.
6 hours.
It hasn't been broken
11 minutes.
in 4 years. So that's a
no.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be broken anytime soon.
Yeah.
They averaged roughly 2,590 shots per hour.
I can't do the math on that, but that's not just like two guys standing there, bouncing it back and forth. Like they're going for it.
Yeah, you've got to be doing something. And I mean, it could be bouncing back and forth. Like you got to think pickleball courts a little more compact.
Sure.
The ball's a little less bouncy. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to give controlled, easy shots to handle, but you're doing it for 6 hours, man.
Yeah.
You can't take a restroom break.
No.
And keep a rally going.
No.
So hats off to the brothers. And it wasn't a surprise to people in the racket sports world that these brothers were up to the pickleball wax, because it's not their first record, Chip.
Oh, okay. Lay it on me.
They hold another record for the most tennis volley rallies.
Really?
And this one is almost even more impressive. 30,576 volleys in 5 hours and 28 minutes. They did this 10 years ago, 2015, and have been challenging the limits of racket endurance ever since.
And the endurance of people who are waiting for the court next. Could you imagine being those people?
Exactly.
They're just standing there with their tennis bags like,
yeah,
hey, you guys almost finished? And they're like, well,
it's like we booked the court.
Yeah. I mean, I think those people should also get a world record.
A world record for patience.
The most patient tennis goers. Yeah.
For my money, two records of this nature. These are the best twins in the world at whacking it.
Hats off to them.
Hats off to them.
Hats off to them. Send them each a big spotted dick.
The Rossetti brothers.
The Rossetti brothers.
All right, Chip. What inspired you? What dazzled you this week from the good book?
I mean, I'm dazzled from that pickleball record right now, but I actually looked back a little bit. I did a little more research, and I was in that zone of like, how do I get to Hawaii from California, right? Alternate routes.
I like that.
So I just did the old switcheroo.
Okay.
And I found the world's first solo flight from Hawaii to North America, to the mainland.
Really? That's interesting.
Do you want to take a guess how long ago it was the first solo flight in an airplane from Hawaii to North America, and who set the record? Who was the first to do it?
So it's notably not the first flight from the mainland to Hawaii.
So yeah, I guess so. It doesn't seem like it. I don't know if anybody did it, and I should look more. I was starting to read about it, but this is from Hawaii to the mainland.
Okay, I'm going to guess 1927.
Okay.
And I'm going to guess some kind of military transport.
Not too far off.
Okay.
With the year, he said 1927. Just a couple years later, 1935.
Okay.
Okay, 1935. January 11th, 1935.
My goodness.
1/11/1935. Never forget.
Yeah.
And now you said 1927. In the time leading up to this, I don't know the exact time frame, but 10 other aviators attempted this apparently very dangerous flight path across the Pacific Ocean. 10 died, failed to make it solo across.
Wow. So it was that recently.
So it could have been like 1927, maybe when people started. It could have even been before that. I don't know. But 10 aviators perished trying to make this flight.
So they would take a ship out there.
Again, it could also be they could have flown out like with a passenger, with a co-pilot or whatever.
Oh, so this is solo.
Solo.
Well, I'm thinking because from the island to the mainland is with the jet stream.
Yes.
So it would make sense. It takes like a full extra hour to go from the mainland to Hawaii, now that I'm thinking about it. So that is like the easier road to hoe.
Yes.
So 1935.
1935, 10 aviators perished trying to do that until your girl,
Whoa.
Amelia Earhart,
Really?
set the record. She was the first solo aviator to fly from Hawaii. She started at Wheeler, I think it was Wheeler Field, I believe. It was called, Wheeler Field in Honolulu to...
Holy cow.
Do you want to take a guess where she landed, Thomas?
San Diego?
A little further north. You would think that you would go that, but for whatever reason, Oakland Airport in Oakland, California.
Hot dog. Look at you.
Yeah.
Amelia.
It took her just over 18 hours to travel the just over 2,400 miles, 2,400 miles.
Not quite suborbital, Chip.
Suborbital, like very suborbital. And she was in her plane, her Lockheed Vega 5B, which has the greatest name of a plane ever. Do you know what her plane's name was, Thomas?
No.
Her plane's name was Old Bessie the Fire Horse. Old Bessie the Fire Horse, great name for a Radiohead B-side, terrible name for a penis.
It is bad. It's also the spiritual opposite of frozen horse meat.
It really is. See, that's why we're taking this. We have taken this podcast episode to every possible angle, every direction.
Yeah, all the temperatures, all the heights, all the below waters.
Yep.
We're going up, down, left, right, dippity-doo-don. And also, Amelia, what like a badass.
She was wild. She did it. 10 dudes failed, and she was like, nah, I can do it. And then
But it wasn't they failed. It wasn't like they got an F.
No.
They perished.
They died doing it.
So, like, everybody else who's ever tried this died. And she's like, all right, I'm next.
And then, of course, unfortunately for her, 2 years later, 1937, is when
she faked her own death.
She faked her own death in the middle of, again, the South Pacific, trying to fly around the world. So, yeah. A crowd of anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 people gathered in Oakland at the airport to watch her land, which just goes to show you how little there was to do in Oakland, California in 1935.
You're flying to Hawaii, right? Mm-hmm. And you're actually coming from way further than Oakland. You're coming from Philadelphia.
Yes. Breaking it up, but I am flying then to California. But yeah, go ahead.
Do you think there will be roughly 5,000 to 10,000 people that show up for Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise?
Slightly suborbital than that. Slightly less.
More in the atmosphere. Got it.
Yeah, there will be a lot of floating people around. I think the atmosphere will be good. I'll say that.
We'll count the floaters.
We will count the floaters. And now, part of the reason probably why 10 other people tried this before her is that she was gifted $10,000 for completing this. She won $10,000 from what they call commercial interests in Hawaii. So what that I think it's like, all right, air travel is becoming more popular. It's the 30s.
Yeah.
We're trying to get people to come out to Hawaii. Hawaii's not yet a state in the Union. And I think they were trying to maybe like, hey, here's somewhere you could fly to and come to vacation. So I think they wanted to kind of make it a thing. So they gave her, she won $10,000 for it. In 1935, in today's money, that's roughly about $250,000 or 6 Bitcoin, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how to do the math on that.
I don't know about the Bitcoins, but that's wild, dude.
$250,000 for 18 hours? Come on.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good hourly.
Now, here's the thing, Thomas. Have you ever done this? Because I was thinking about it. Let's say we lived back then or whatever. There's something like that. Have you ever thought to yourself, okay, so she's flying across the Pacific all alone, 18 hours, over 2,000 miles. Okay. Have you ever thought to yourself, oh my God, I would never do anything that dangerous, that death-defying, like making that arduous journey in a plane that's not very comfortable, and of course very dangerous. But in the same token, I just need a little me time.
Oh yeah.
Right? 18 hours by yourself, just all right, yeah, I can just pump on some tunes. Oh, apparently that's one thing she did. She was actually listening to like orchestra or even opera. We were talking about operas. It was like some sort of classical music as she was getting close. I guess there's a radio in there, and she was listening to it like as she got close, like in California, and she was listening to classical music on the radio as she was coming in for the descent.
That's great. That's something that did cross my mind. I was like, you're doing that without podcasts? Are you crazy?
Yeah. I mean, dude, can I do it? There's no Marin to listen to? Yeah. So
WTF.
that is the world record, Amelia Earhart, 1935, the first solo flight from Hawaii to mainland North America.
Great job, Amelia.
Good job.
Great job. That's big. That's inspiring. And I like that she got to, before the tragic end, that she got to spend a little time in the islands.
Yes.
That sounds nice. Mm-hmm. Now, Chip, that's the good book.
Yeah.
That is a travel world record, but we are talking about vacation rules next.
Yes.
We've come up with some rules, some ironclad, non-negotiable rules for your best travel life.
Yeah.
It's vacation rules. Chip, what's your vacation rule this week?
Vacation rule 53. Bring your running gear on vacation. It's something we're going to do. We're running a 5K, Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes, vacation is meant to be relaxing. But you will discover so many great sights, neighborhoods, back roads when you strap on those sneakers and that Under Armour shirt and those little short shorts and just run through the town, the area where you are. It's like taking a walking tour, but you're getting there twice as fast, and you're going to probably make some left turns that maybe a regular tourist wouldn't do, and you'll find so many great places. Do it in the early morning before it's too crowded, or maybe right around sunset where it's nice and beautiful. I've done it so many times on vacation, from just the Jersey Shore to Maine, North Carolina, Vermont, Los Angeles, Portland, Oregon, running across all of those bridges. You know all those bridges, Thomas. I did that. It was zigzag some of those bridges. Maybe my favorite and least favorite run was in a land far away called Ireland, in a little town called Dingle, on a misty, rainy morning. You've been there, Thomas.
What they call morning.
Where these young Irish guys saw me coming out of the hotel, right on the water, and like they saw me in my running gear and like, oh, you want to run? Go through this field. You can hop this fence here and just run there. And I could see there was a path like worn in the, and I got in this meadow and I crested it and started walking. And then there's just all of these cattle, like right there,
like the fuzzy ones,
like cows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. And if I run, like, am I going to create a stampede? Are these cows going to run away from me or run at me? And it's like, it's basically like all of these cows, this little running path, like a little wooden fence, like those old school fences, and then just a cliff that drops off into the ocean. And I was like, are these dudes messing with me? Like, do they want to see me die? So I made it about a quarter mile and I just turned back and I ran back. And they were still standing there, like, what are you doing? And I was like, are you? And they're like, what, are you afraid of the cows? And I was like, well, I didn't know if you were allowed to. They're right there. They're like, no, you can do it. So I decided to run back.
You were shamed into going back into the cattle field?
I was shamed into going back. And then it was legit. They were legit, like, telling me the right thing because, like, Kim and we saw a bunch of other tourists, like, just walking through this meadow just right next to the cows to get up to these great cliffs to see, look over Dingle. And but still, I would have never done that if these guys hadn't done it. But like, I was so glad that I got to explore that area because I don't think Kim and I would have like hiked through that meadow then if I didn't go for that run. So again, Vacation Rule 53, bring your running gear, go for a little jog. It doesn't have to be anything too major, and you're going to see your vacation destination from a whole new vantage point.
I've actually spent so much time running around kind of Waikiki over the years. That everybody calls me Forrest Frump.
I mean, hey, you have to get known some way. You have to get known with the locals. Forrest Frump, run, Forrest, run. I think it's great.
He just keeps walking. And I'm not the fastest, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Forrest Frump in the flesh. My vacation rule this week is vacation rule 134. Put on your big kid pants and stay up till your normal bedtime, local time on the first night. Mm-hmm. Jet lag isn't real.
Okay.
But sleeping through your whole first day of vacation is. Just do it. Just stay up. Just stay up until it's time to go to bed. That's how you recalibrate that clock.
So you're saying stay up, like, so if you're flying to Hawaii, am I staying up later than I should, or am I going to bed like normal Hawaii time?
You're going to bed normal Hawaii time. Like, go to sleep the time you would normally go to sleep at home.
Yeah, so if you go to sleep at 10 p.m., go to sleep at 10 p.m. Hawaii time. Because for me, that's going to be like 4 p.m. Hawaii.
Yeah, 4 p.m. your local time.
That same trip that I went to Ireland, we also were visiting friends in Prague in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
And that was one of the worst nights of my life. I don't want to say worst nights. We went to this beautiful beer garden that up on this mountainside that like overlooked Prague. It was beautiful. But the guy, like our friend who was like our tour guide, was like forced us, and he was like, and he's like, and we're kind of like, we just want to go home. And he's like, you're not going home. You're going to stay up. You're going to drink these beers. And I was so tired, so exhausted.
Yeah.
And I was miserable. But I stayed up till, like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Prague time. And then it was like basically losing an extra day of sleep. But then I was on the schedule.
Yeah, you're on the schedule.
Totally agree.
It's the way to do it.
It's the way of the world.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're just like that sleep button's too appealing.
Sure.
Or if you had a layover, or it's been like a extraordinarily long flight or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you can't, that's the way. There's no secret.
Absolutely.
It's stay up till it's bedtime.
Yeah.
And then go to bed then, and now you're on schedule.
2 very solid vacation rules this week.
It's too close to game time to be throwing out garbage rules. We are leaving in a handful of days, Chip.
Yep.
All right. Well, it's time to wrap it up, man. We've got one more thing to do. It's talk about the man, Mr. Buffett, carved his own path through this thing we called life, came out the other end a billionaire for following his bliss. Not a bad outcome, if you ask me, Chip.
Nope.
We've been obsessively researching this man's life. What did you find out about Mr. Jimmy Buffett this week?
Jimmy Buffett, of course, loved the beach, but he never built any sandcastles. He built sand franchises. That's how business and pleasure was this man's game. He built sand franchises.
Oh my gosh. I've read a wise man does not try to build things on the sand, but good gravy did Jimmy Buffett prove him wrong.
How about you, Thomas?
Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefers' tropical rock rendition of No More Monkeys Jumping on the Bed single-handedly ended the pediatric monkey CTE crisis.
The man was a hero to people and apes alike.
When you've got Jimmy Buffett and the doctor both saying no more monkeys jumping on the bed, the message gets through, and it's through by the end of the first verse. Mm-hmm. You don't even need to keep going.
When Jimmy Buffett says jump, you say how high. And when Jimmy Buffett says don't jump, you don't jump.
It's true. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. Them's is the rules.
Them's the rules. Yeah.
Them's is the rules. Well, dude, great episode. Thanks so much for doing this, man.
Thank you. I can't believe how close we are. We have one more episode to go.
We have one more episode to go. And next week we're just going to kind of be tying up some loose ends. Yep. We're going to talk about the trip. Just a couple of buddies getting excited for the trip they're taking, unless something else comes up newsworthy. Mm-hmm. But we're going to be talking about getting around Hawaii, the things we want to do when we're there outside of CC Tip, Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise, November 26th at the Blue Note, Hawaii. And this is the Sunburnt podcast. We talk about comedy and tropical travel. Until next time, stay burnt. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I'm sitting here watching the sunset from my balcony, and I noticed that...
Mr. Chantry, 308 doesn't have a balcony.
Oh, it does now. You won't believe what I can do with an ironing board and some duct tape.
Mr. Chantry, do you need me to call the fire department again?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.